Everyone, I'm Jackson Hanley, and you're watching Jackson's MCU review. In this video, I'll give you my thoughts on the new Fantastic Four First Steps film and talk about what's next for the MCU. And this movie was great. Out of all the Fantastic Four movies that have been made throughout the course of the last couple of years, this was definitely the best one. And this was the first one in the MCU, and it was the best one. Man, was this film a banger. Now, I am going to say some spoiler warnings throughout this video, and especially right now. So here we go. Let's get right into the movie recap. This movie opens with Sue finding out that she was pregnant after Reed and Sue were trying for 2 years. Then a little recap goes into how they got their powers. They fly up to space. They're hit with the cosmic wave as Reed takes full responsibility for this incident. But everyone says, Reed, it's alright. But the cosmic wave hits them and gives them their powers. In the beginning, it shows them on the Ted Gilbert show, and it shows the recap of the villains that they took down throughout the course of their 4 years, as at the beginning it's celebrating the 4 years of the Fantastic Four. Many of the villains mentioned in this movie were from the old original Jack Kirby comics from the 1960s, when this film, was set. Red Ghost was one of the villains in this opening scene, but his part was gutted from the final version of the film. The family, then it transitions to the family at their every Sunday 7 p.m. dinner, as they do every Sunday. They find out that Sue is pregnant. Ben Grimm, the Thing, asks Sue, "Are you pregnant?" And she says, "Yes, we are." They then, are talking about, Reed talks about how he's baby-proofing the entire planet, or the entire Earth, or city, I should say. And then they get a surprise. They look up in the sky, their watches are alerted. They look up in the sky and see the Silver Surfer arrives in Times Square, New York City. She says that Earth is marked for death. The four are asked if they're the protectors of this world. Silver Surfer has picked their planet and has marked it for death. They then come up with a plan to go up into space. They're going to confront the Devourer, Galactus, who is coming to the planet. He is coming to feed off the planet. They get the ship ready. Ben Grimm, the best pilot in the world, he gets everyone set to go. Johnny asks Reed for the new suits. Reed delivers. Man, those suits were amazing. But they go up into space. The world is ready. Earth is hoping that they could save their planet. They get up into space and they see Galactus mid-eating a planet. That was a great scene. Galactus in this film is super impressive, by the way. They did a great job. The CGI in this film was amazing. They get to space. They confront Galactus. And Galactus notices that Sue is pregnant. She has a child on the way. He uses his laser eyes and kind of focuses in on Sue's belly and sees the child in there. Galactus, he's talking. He says that he is getting old. He's over 1,000 years old. And he needs someone to inherit his throne. Galactus scans Sue's belly and sees that their child has the power cosmic, which means he is one of the strongest beings in the universe, if not the strongest being in the universe. And Galactus says to the four that the child will inherit his throne and needs to feed off of his hunger. The four didn't know that Franklin, or I should say the child, has the power cosmic, which I'll talk about a little later in my what's next part of this video. Galactus offers or says that, "Give me the child and I will spare your planet." But Reed immediately says absolutely not. They decline the offer and the four are in danger. Galactus gets up, gets at hand. The Silver Surfer, he's chasing them, trying to get back to their ship, the Excelsior, which is named after Stan Lee, what he says all the time. Sue, because Galactus zoomed in and used his beam on her belly, she's forced into early labor. So they have to rush to the ship. And once they get on it, Sue is going into labor as they're trying to escape Galactus and the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer is chasing after the four, and they get to the black hole, which they are trying to suck her into. She does get sucked in. She's stuck there for about a month, so the four have a month to recover. But Sue gives birth on the Excelsior on the ship to baby Franklin Richards. And the world, once the four arrive back on Earth, they see that Sue has delivered their baby, their child. Now, they have a press conference when they get back. And this is certainly interesting. The journalists go up to the four and say, "How did you defeat Galactus?" And Reed answers, well, I shouldn't say Reed, Johnny Storm answers, "We didn't. Not yet." And the world the Earth and the world is confused of why they didn't save or they didn't defeat Galactus. But they tell the press that Galactus asks for their son Richards. And this causes problems. The Earth, goes around to the four and says, we have families too. And that they should have sacrificed their child for our planet. But then Sue drops the hardest line of the film. After she drops this line, Reed gets the plan from Sue. He's going to move heaven and earth. He's going to attempt to move the Earth using the portals that he used at the beginning of the film to move that egg. The teleportation portals. And they tell the world that we need these materials to build these. Now, the only place that didn't build a portal was Latveria, which is Doctor Doom's home planet, which I'll get into, or home country, which I'll get into later. The world was united. They built all these portals so they can move the Earth away so Galactus wouldn't find them for another thousands of years. They get to the countdown. All the portals are set. They're in their room getting these all ready to go. The clock hits 37 seconds. That's what Reed put the timer on. But as the time is winding down, they get a surprise. The Silver Surfer arrives and destroys all the portals in the Earth. And she destroys all of them. But she gets to New York. Her plan is to take Franklin, but Johnny Storm's not having that. Johnny Storm intercepts the Silver Surfer, and they play a voice memo that the Silver Surfer played at the beginning of the film. And kind of says that, hey, you sacrificed yourself from your home planet. You saved your kids and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she goes away. She's emotional. She can't deal with this, so she leaves. So Johnny saves Franklin and the city from Silver Surfer. But then it's too late. Galactus arrives as New York City, before this happened, is evacuated to Subterranea, the underground city of the world, or of the New York City, I should say. And then Galactus, he's here. He comes. He is so scary in this part. As I said, Galactus is super impressive in this film. But they put Franklin in Times Square. Galactus, he scans Times Square, sees the child is there. He walks, he sees, he steps. Johnny shoots Galactus's eyes with his fire. Now, this is apparently supposed to, take away Galactus's sight, but it doesn't. And Galactus notices that they moved the child away from Times Square to the Baxter Building, which the Fantastic Four call home. This part is scary. Galactus is scary in this scene, or in this last couple minutes of the film. But and Galactus notices, he makes his way to the Baxter Building. Herbie in there. Herbie stole the film. What a great character he was. But Galactus takes Franklin. Sue uses her amazing, immense powers to try and push Galactus away from Franklin and pushes him into the portal, Galactus into the portal. Reed uses his powers and kind of goes and saves Franklin. He takes him. She gets him through, and it's very impressive. She uses that she's able to, push a cosmic being, a powerful cosmic being through this portal. She gets him through, but at the last second, as the time is winding down, he comes back out, and he snatches. But the Silver Surfer says, heck no. She turns on him, going and pushes him through the portal, and Galactus is gone. He is no longer going to terrorize the Earth for another million years. But as a result of Sue using her very deeply immense powers that she uses to defeat this cosmic being, she dies at the very end of the film. And Reed attempts CPR on her, does all these things, but he cannot save her. Now, he puts crying baby Franklin on her. He is, scanning in, and he uses his power cosmic to bring Sue back to life. The power cosmic which they didn't know he had, and at the beginning of the film, Galactus says, your child has my powers. He uses his power cosmic to bring Sue back. She's back to life, and at the very end of the film, they try and this is an amazing part. They're back on the Ted Gilbert show with the Fantastic Five, as he calls them. And they leave, they got a warning, but they can't strap baby Franklin into his car seat. And that is the film. Now, be aware for this part, major spoilers ahead. I'm going to show you the post-credit, or the mid-credit scene from this film.
Not that one. We did that one yesterday, and I know he loves it, but here we go. It's here. See, we're going for something a little bit more fun today, yeah?
Smokes, guys, Doctor Doom has arrived and the Avengers Doomsday hype is at an all-time high. In that mid-credit scene, we saw Franklin touching Doctor Doom's face. Now, many MCU fans are wondering if he's healing Doctor Doom's face and turning him into the RDJ Doctor Doom, or if Doom is taking Franklin to another universe. With that another universe in mind, we're going to backtrack to the Thunderbolts post-credit scene as the Fantastic Four ship is traveling from the 828 universe to the 616 main universe. I'll give you that post-credit scene clip now.
But we are the Avengers. The government said so. How does Sam Wilson not understand that?
Well, he does have the shield.
Oh, I got a shield too.
It's not a shield.
Yeah, it is a shield.
It's a shitty shield.
It's a great shield, Bucky.
Okay, if he puts together a team, and then the team is called the Avengers, then who are the real Avengers?
Well, that's the question the internet has been asking, and judging by the very nasty memes that I've read, they don't think that it's us.
Weren't you going to talk to him?
I already did.
And?
It went poorly.
I don't know what any of these buttons do. It's unbelievable they didn't mark any of them.
You know he's filed for copyright of the name?
Did he?
Mm-hmm. We're losing credibility.
Yeah, but we had very little to begin with.
And now there's this huge space crisis and no one's telling us about it.
We're running out of space already? It's impossible. This building is enormous. Hey? What?
Outer space.
Outer space.
Run a threat analysis. I want a full report.
Running threat analysis.
Hello, Tim.
What the hell are you wearing?
I heard about Sam Wilson. He's dumb, litigious man, but I am smart. I am smart man. I have smart solve. Avengers. Avengers. With the Z, there is no copyright.
No.
So soft, too. Feel like bottom of baby seal. You want to savor that?
I don't want to touch a baby seal, but
I have one for you.
I don't want
I
it.
got one for you. I got you one. I got you one. And for you, Bob, in the corner hiding, pretending to read the book. We're all matching, all part of super team.
Unidentified craft entering orbit.
We should get a satellite image.
Get a satellite image.
fire up.
And I was gonna say that. And fire up the jets.
We wouldn't need to fire up the jets if we had a sentry who could fly.
I know. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Can't be the Sentry without the, other side. I did the dishes, though.
And what are we gonna do? Just like ride Bob into the sky?
Yes. Can you imagine Red Guardian riding on top of Sentry, cresting over the clouds?
This is why we're Avengers with the Z.
Satellite image populating. Extra-dimensional ship entering atmosphere.
Extra dimensional, what does that mean?
Wow. It's a cool ship.
With the Fantastic Four ship coming into the 616 universe, why are they coming? Are they coming to tell the Avengers, the new Avengers, the Thunderbolts and Sam Wilson's Avengers, the old Avengers, what happened that Doom took Franklin? Or are they rallying everyone together? I think that's what's happening in that post-credit scene and what's leading up to Avengers Doomsday. But there are many different theories, which I'll cover in a future video. But the theories and things swelling right now in the MCU leading up to Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, man, it's getting crazy. The MCU hype is at an all-time high. That was my review and thoughts and other things, reactions to the Fantastic Four First Steps film. And what's next for the MCU with Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. So I thank you for watching, and you guys stay classy.